7.
Good morning, buenos dias, and welcome once again to Tiempo. I'm Joe Torres, and we begin today with help to Latino seniors, help that many are really not taking advantage of. Nearly 2 out of 3 retired Latino seniors are under or near the poverty line, yet Latino elderly have the smallest rate of participation in the food stamp program. Well, now there's an effort underway to reach out to the seniors in the Latino community. And joining us this morning are our good friend Mario Tapia, President and CEO of the Latino Center on Aging, and Maria Alejandro, Director of Senior Services for the Union Settlement Association. Good morning to you both. Thank you for being. Mario, let me start with you.
Sure.
Who qualifies for food stamps? What are the initial qualifications in terms of income?
In terms of income, I guess it's Maria more appropriate to answer.
You want to tackle that, Maria? Go ahead.
Well, anyone who is in need of food, anyone who is not working, someone who is on SSI, anyone who is receiving Medicaid or Medicare is entitled to food stamps.
Okay, and is there a limit on the value as to how many you can obtain?
The minimum is about $10, but in reality, most of the seniors are eligible for about $200.
About $200?
About $200.
And that's $200 per individual or $200?
Per individual, per family.
So a family of 4 would qualify perhaps for $800, yes?
Approximately, yes.
Okay, all righty. Mario, we've established many Latinos who do not take advantage of the food stamps program. To what do you attribute that? Why?
Well, historically, Latino elderly is being, my feeling, my experience, being abused for the lack of access to existing programming. And this is not happening. They are not receiving food stamps and many other services because of lack of bilingual staff, no one helping them to fill out forms. They don't know just simple information. They don't have access to simple information about benefits, including food stamps. So, and in some cases, some discrimination in terms of not wanting to deal with this population. But this is keeping us now as a community in the greatest food insecurity of all groups in the country. So this is an area of concern, and that's why we start with this outreach program.
You mentioned before we get to the outreach program, you mentioned 2 factors. Language, does that often get in the way? Latino que hablan español, they don't speak English too well, so they don't apply.
Very much so.
Okay, so so does more need to be done in that area to communicate the availability in their native language?
Exactly.
Okay, number 2, fear. Is there fear, maybe Maria you can tackle this,
Absolutely.
of Latino?
Not only fear, people are too proud and they don't want to let people know that they are hungry, they are ashamed. Therefore, they don't apply. And they said, why would I apply for this? That's welfare. I want to work for my food. And then they are just hungry. They don't apply for the program.
Well, let me ask you this then. How do you tackle or overcome the shame?
You offer information. You let them know that there's nothing to be ashamed.
Correct.
You show them that a lot of other people, that your own mother gets food stamps, that there are other people who are receiving food stamps, that all of the seniors who come to the senior center are receiving food stamps, and that you are there to help them, and that you are going to help them get what they are entitled to. I
don't want to lose track because the other factor was fear. Is there a fear that, quote unquote, authorities will find out if perhaps the Latinos are undocumented, that they don't want to go to a government agency out of fear that they'll be deported?
Absolutely, that's one of our biggest problems. People are afraid. They know they might have a lot of people living in their apartment. Maybe only one person is working, and the rest of the people are just depending on that.
So let me ask you: does immigration status play a role in whether people can apply or do apply, or both, for food stamps? I think
both.
Both. How so?
Absolutely. People are simply afraid. They are afraid that they can be deported if someone finds out that they are there. And even the person who is taking care of the other family member.
But I guess the question centers around, can illegal immigrants apply for food stamps?
No.
No. Okay. So they don't come forward because they don't qualify, and they're not eligible anyway. What type of documentation do you need to present to qualify?
It's the birth certificate, passport, a letter from the Social Security entitling them to this benefit. And that's about it. And then what gets complicated is the application. That's when we go in to help.
Yep.
And the process of it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second.
Yes.
Is the application difficult? What part of it is challenging?
It's simple for someone that is used to do forms.
Yeah, who knows the
but
system.
Exactly, but it's difficult for a senior, definitely.
It can be intimidating.
Yes, very much.
In the right hands, how long does it take to get through the application, to get it submitted? Probably not long at all.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's something, most of the food stamp people that come into the centers, they do it and they complete the application in less than 10 minutes, and it can be submitted and approved in about 10 minutes.
Really that quickly?
It's that quickly.
And after that, Maria, how quickly, therefore, do the food stamps arrive? I mean,
Pretty much immediately. I mean, they give you a card and you just go to the supermarket and you can use it immediately.
yes, walk me through that. You get a card. Once your application is submitted and approved, you get a
Yes.
card. And what is on the card?
The card has your name and number, a code, and with that code, every time that you go to the supermarket, you just put that number and you get the food that you need.
And do you use the card similar the way you would use an ATM card or a debit
The
card?
same.
The same.
The
Exactly
exact
the same way.
And they know how much is on the card, correct? Each
Yes.
individual,
Yes.
so that you
Yeah.
can't shop for, you can't buy what you don't have.
Exactly.
They allocate that amount and it's there. They start drawing from an amount.
Okay. We've laid down the foundation for the problem. When we come back, let's talk about the solution, because I know that the Latino Center on Aging is taking a new endeavor, correct?
Exactly.
And you're going to educate us on that. More on trying to help Latino seniors, particularly with food stamps, when we come back on Tiempo.